What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. How you all doing this December the 23rd evening? Are you all ready for Christmas? Today's stream, we're just going to cover a bit of the Man City game. Got a quick press conference reaction from Mikel Arteta, the manager, to get through, and also some injury news from the Chelsea side of things and Arsenal. And we're going to get straight into that after this intro. So welcome back, guys. Hope you're all well. Hope you're all having a fantastic Christmas. Big up to the 2 new subscribers. I've had them up to 669 now, trying to get to 1K as soon as possible. And yeah, we've got a game to sort of look forward to. Well, I say look forward to, fucking or dread at this rate, against Chelsea on Boxing Day. I believe it's kicking off at 5:30 on Sky Sports. And yeah, we're going to go through a bit of Arteta's press conference after the Man City game, and also some injury news with there. And I'm also going to run through some of the Chelsea injury news as well, and who is fit for them and who is not. Kangaroo, hope you're well, mate. Big up yourself. Hi, mate. How are you? I'm good, mate. Just put my boy to sleep. He was a little bit late today, but you know what? If he wakes up, well, I'll have to stop the stream, but he should be all right. But all good, mate. Hope you and your family are well, and you're enjoying your Christmas so far. And yeah, we've had another loss. Let's be real. We all said it. We all said we get hammered. I said 5-0. I think the majority of people said 5-1, and we weren't far off that. And now we've got Chelsea at home to deal with, which isn't going to go well. If I've got a prediction for that game, I think they'll smash us 5-0. I really do. I can't see where our next win's coming from. Gabriel, we know, suspended. Aubameyang is, well, if you believe Arteta, he's injured with a calf injury. To me, that sounds like he's had a falling out. He's told Arteta his tactics are dog shit and needs to get out of the club. But so that's what it sounds like to me. But who knows? He's probably not going to play. To be honest with you, if he has said that to the manager, I don't think the manager's got any choice whether to play him, because we're fucked without him. Let's be real. Thomas Partey is still injured, and that's a strange one for me. You know, Thomas Partey's been injured now since the Spurs game. Obviously, he was injured before that. We rushed him back, got injured again. But there's still no mention of that actually when he's back. Does anyone in the comments know when it is? Let me know if you know it is, because I've not heard anything. I've heard January, the new year, but that was what people were saying before he came back for Spurs. So I don't know. One bit of bad news is that Granit Xhaka has now completed a 3-match ban. So that means he might play. If that guy fucking walks straight back in the team, I swear to God, I'll burn down the stadium or something like that. Just kidding. I don't want to do that. But yeah, let's hope he don't fucking play. And one thing I want to mention as well is, if you notice that Bellerin wasn't even on the bench for the cup game, does that mean he's starting again against Chelsea? Let's fucking hope not, because otherwise we're just going to carry on getting the same fucking results. Let's be honest. Leave it in the comments, guys. Let me know what you think your score predictions are and your lineups, and we'll get through some of them. So we're going to go on to some Chelsea news, their injury news. It says Lampard on the website. It says Lampard issues update on Chilwell, James, and Ziyech. Frank Lampard doesn't know if Ben Chilwell or Reece James will be able to feature in our Christmas games. But one thing they know for sure is Hakim Ziyech will not be playing against Arsenal. So at least that's something. Let's see what he says here. Current availability of previous key players, starting with the fullbacks Ben Chilwell and Reece James, who have suffered knocks in the past week. He says Frank Lampard said they are both doubtful. I can't give you an answer at the moment. I'm not sure if they will be fit for the Arsenal game, but he does confirm Hakim Ziyech will not be fit for Arsenal. So at least that's something. At least I got one player out. It's just all the others we've got to worry about now. Ziyech, he had an injury at the start of the season and has just got another muscle injury. You have to wait for it to recover. It's not long term, blah, 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 blah. And he goes on talking about Arsenal. Lampard was asked if Arsenal are in a relegation battle, which clearly we fucking are. I think some fans are deluded and think we're not. I don't want to talk about what a battle is. They are a good team with a good manager. They've had some tough results recently. The general wave of every team in the Premier League this season has been more inconsistent than usual. That is a good point, right? So the Premier League is really strong at the moment, and there are really, really good teams all over the league, like Wolves, Leicester, Villa, Everton. All these guys, like they're difficult teams to win against. But like I said before, it's not just the fact that we've been losing; it's the manner in which we've lost. Like we've been terrible. We've been fucking shocking, and that's the worry for me. It's not my concern exactly where they are at. My concern is the team at face value in terms of quality, and they're a high quality team. When you play a derby, form does go out the window. Sometimes the idea of playing a derby is a spur the team needs to try and get a result. We have to expect the best Arsenal, which is a really good footballing team and really good players, well coached and with rotations in the team and threats in attacking areas. That's what I expect. We have to prepare for it. Whether he believes that or not, I don't know. I mean, he can't really turn around and say, yeah, I think Arteta should be sacked because he's dog shit, can he? But that's what he said. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know, like I said, what you think the score prediction will be. All that 1-0 Arsenal. You think we'll win? Really? Why do you think we win? We will win, mate. There's been nothing to suggest that. I mean, we haven't won in about 10 games now, isn't it? I think the only 2 points we've taken in the last 10 games are Leeds. We drew 0-0 with Leeds at Ellen Road, and the 1-1 game with Southampton. Other than that, we've lost every game, mate. Every single game. And I don't think we scored more than 1 goal in either of them either. Big up yourself, mate. I hope you're well. Back again, 4-1 to Chelsea. Yeah, can't lie, mate. I think it's going to be a similar scoreline to that, to be honest with you. Even with Ziyech out, it's not looking good. Let's be real. Moving on, let's go on to some of the Arsenal news. And he actually said something actually quite interesting about Saliba, which I'm going to get onto. He was addressed after our loss against Manchester City. They asked him about the result. He said, a really painful moment. This is Arteta, by the way. A really painful moment again. We started the game by conceding a really early and really soft goal. And after that, in this moment, to get through, that is obviously difficult. But the players reacted, to be fair, and they started to grow as the game was moving forwards. We scored a goal, a really good goal. And after that, I think that we were the best team for the next 25 minutes. Not sure we were the better team for 25 minutes. But we got more into the game. I mean, I thought up to that point, especially when Martinelli put the assist in, I thought he was fucking brilliant. I don't know what you guys thought. And it's Warren again that he's come back and he's out injured again. It's another fucking Arsenal player. It's like, for God's sake. But when we had the best moments in the game, we conceded another soft guy, and that makes it even harder. But still, we kept going, and we had an open situation where we could have played Laka through, and we missed the pass, and then they scored the third goal in an offside position. Obviously, after that moment, the game is over. Guardiola then goes on to say that they've got a good coach, we've got a good coach, all that bullshit. Well, of course he's going to say that, isn't he? He's not going to mug us off like that, is he? Arteta on Runarsson, on whether it's difficult for him to come back. We win and lose together, and Alex has played other games. We decided to play him tonight for many reasons, and that responsibility is for all of us. Then he was asked on whether he regrets letting Emi Martinez go to Aston Villa. He says, there's no point having any regrets. There's different reasons why we had to do that transaction. We did, right, he's come out there and said there's different reasons why I had to do that transaction. Well, how about fucking tell us? Because we're all clueless at this. Apparently there's different reasons. So why is it such a secret? Why do you have to hide it from the fans so much? Why is it such a secret? Come out and tell us exactly why we had to get rid of Martinez for £17 million and then buy that other clown for 1.5. Because we'd really like to, I don't know about you, but I'd really like to know the answer to that. Because it can't be money, because we've got £280 million in the bank, and it can't be further than that because we've got a billionaire owner. So why is the reason for that? And it wasn't because he wasn't good enough. So, you know, I don't understand why we have to be so secretive with all these these points. We did it, and it's a part of the past. We had a really good few months last season, and he really helped us. And obviously, when our goalkeeper makes an error, these things are going to come up. He was then asked on making 8 changes from the weekend, which is a point I brought up on my last stream. I don't understand why we made so many changes. We're in the quarterfinals of a cup competition, one we haven't won since 1993, which is a fucking long time. That's what, almost 30 years. We've beat Liverpool and Leicester City to get there, amazingly somehow. And he goes to decide to rest half the team. I don't get it. So making 8 changes, he says it was a combination of the amount of games and that some of them had played, some injuries that we have at the moment, and obviously there are players that deserve to play. I'm not really sure I buy that, mate, to be honest with you. I don't get that. I mean, why make 8 changes, especially a load of like players that wouldn't really start, and then we obviously, you know, this is against Man City as well. This isn't like we're playing a championship side, and then we go out and it's like, well, what was the point of beating Leicester and Liverpool then? We might as well just, if you're going to do that, why not just play all the fucking kids from like the first round and just see how they get on? Because what's the point then? You're getting through 3 rounds to then rest 8 players and they get knocked out anyway. It makes no sense. Just play the kids then and let's see how good they are. On our run of bad luck in games, well, it's not bad luck, let's be real. It is something that we are fighting against and we're going to keep fighting. There isn't any other way. It's a really hard result to take, but we have to look at things that can help us in the future as well. I have to say that the young players in a really difficult scenario, I think they did really well. Well, yeah, you could do with like putting Balogun on a lot sooner, I reckon. But, you know, whatever. One thing I would say, though, is I was quite impressed with Emil Smith-Rowe when he came on. Again, I'd said that I haven't seen a lot of him, but he played really well, I thought. And let's hope Martinez's injury isn't too bad. I've heard it's not. But this is Arsenal Football Club. You know, a 1-week injury turned into a 1-year injury, let's be real. And then we move on to William Saliba. Now, this is quite interesting. So if William Saliba was close to being involved, he could not be involved because he's not in the squad. So all the people on Twitter and Instagram who are saying Saliba can play, he can't. The manager just said it there. He is not in the squad, so he can't play. On if he is eligible to play in the Premier League fixtures, we made that decision with him, and we'll see what we're going to do in January. So he's not eligible to play in the Premier League fixtures either, from what that says. It's a bit of a politician's answer, but it pretty much says that from what I can work out. Then they ask him on if the plan is to loan out William Saliba. He says, we are talking about it, yes. So they are planning in January to loan out William Saliba. Right, okay. Well, I don't know how you lot feel about that. Leave it in the comments, guys, what you think about that. But we're desperate for a fucking centre-back, especially with Gabriel out injured for another 2 games. Pardon me. I know, like, obviously by the time them 2 games are gone, he'll be back. And we're going to loan out Saliba. It makes no sense. Why have centre-backs like Mustafi, who are running down their contracts, who are not good enough to play for the club and will be leaving on a free at the end of the season, why continue to play them and not Saliba? Surely, if he's not ready, right, this season's a write-off anyway, right, or is now anyway, you may as well play him and get him the Premier League experience, right? Because loaning back to St Etienne, what's that going to do? That's not giving him Premier League experience. Again, just another baffling decision. Like, stop giving us politicians answers. Just come out and fucking tell us what is the problem. Tell us, you know, it fucking winds me up, honestly. Let me know what you guys think. After that, we're going to move on to some news about Martinelli that he said. I'm just going to read out a few more of your comments. Smash the likes up, guys, as well, please. Subscribe if you're new, share the content around. You know the score. You're going for Leno, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Gabriel. So Gabriel suspended, mate. He's got 2 more suspensions to serve, which is kind of weird, actually, because he was allowed to play in the League Cup game last night against Man City. However, Xhaka was suspended for it. I don't get that. Is it like, I don't know. I don't get it. Is it if you have a red card or you get 2 yellows and get sent off, it's different. I don't get why one can play and the other one can't. David Luiz was the other one. Sorry, David Luiz and Mustafi are both leaving at the end of the season. So why continue to play them? Surely it makes sense to play Saliba then let them clowns run down the contracts. Tierney picks himself all night long. Elneny, Ceballos, Martinelli. Again, we don't know if he's going to be fit enough. I'm going to assume not. Saka, yes, yeah. Pepe, Balogun. So would you play Pepe up front, mate? Is that what you're saying? That'd be interesting to see because he's wasted on that right wing. You know, like I said, a player sat on the right wing just so he can cut in and curl in a left-footed shot. It's bullshit, mate. It's boring. You know, he doesn't even do that often. Do you have news on Auburn, mate? No. So this is what I said at the start of the stream. So apparently he's got a calf injury. Now, I said on my stream last night that sounds weird. It's not normal for players to get a calf injury. And if you bear in mind the hamstring's a pretty big, short-term injury, that's usually 3 weeks, 4 if it's really bad. So what can a calf be at most? A week? I don't know. I mean, I'm not a physio, obviously, but I can't imagine it's any more than a week. He's missed 2 games, and he just scored against Southampton, so we were hoping he could kick on then. It sounds to me like Aubameyang has told the manager to go fuck himself, to be quite honest with you, and he said your tax is dog shit, and I'm wasted up there on my own Saturday with no supply. That's what it sounds like to me, and he's talking about the team because it just seems a bit ambiguous. You know what I mean? And again, just like the Thomas Partey injury, there doesn't seem to be he'll be out for this amount of time. It's just he's out. I don't know. I don't get it. Let me know what you guys think, but that's what it sounds like to me. With all those Chelsea injuries, I think we can nick a win in the end 1-0. Fair one, mate. Like I said, Lampard said that Ziyech is definitely injured. He said with the fullbacks Chilwell and Reece James, he said he's doubtful, so they could still play. Having said that, who else would they play at the wing backs? Azpilicueta and Emerson, I think, came on for Chilwell when he got injured the other day, didn't he? But I'm sure they still got that Alonso guy because I think he's played like wing back or whatever. But yeah, we'll see. I'm just going to move on now to that Martinelli news before I move on. Some more of your comments. He goes on, Gabriel Martinelli's fitness was a big talking point for the cup game. Our Brazilian forwards was hurtful in a collision with Zach Stefan, the Man City goalkeeper, who's forced to leave the pitch through injury just 2 minutes into the second half. And Mikel Arteta was able to provide an update on Martinelli. He says it was just a really bad kick on his shin and it was swelling up and he could not continue, our manager said. At half-time, he was pushing. He was saying he was completely fine, that he wanted to carry on. We all saw that he got up and after what he looked like something that was really bad at first, he did try and carry on. He was saying he was completely fine, that he wanted to carry on. He had a scar that wasn't open and he wanted to try. So we gave him the opportunity to try when he was on the pitch. He was uncomfortable. So it was an easy decision to take him off. He has a unique energy and a way to transmit his passion for the game, Arteta added. He plays the game in a different way to any other player. It's hard to compare him. But what I have to say is that it's great to have him back. To bring that experience, that fight, to play against his opponent after such a long time out in the way he did in the first half is something to be really proud and happy about. Okay, so that sounds like it's actually not too bad. I don't know what you guys are reading into that. But that's what it sounds like to me anyway. He's saying it's not too bad. Well, let's hope it's not anyway. Smash the likes up, guys. Subscribe if you're new, share the content around. I'm going to read out a couple more of your comments. Vix goes, big up yourself, mate. It will be 1-0, and you think Martinelli will score. Well, let's hope he plays first of all, because he was. I said about Everton when he came off like them last 20 minutes. He was pretty shit hot for like the last 20 minutes at Everton. You know, he was making good runs. He tracked back. He got the ball back, and he just looked generally like a lot sharper than the other guys, which is mad, really, when you think he's been out for the best part of a year, and he looks like 2 or 3 times more sharper than the rest of our players. It's crazy. Let's hope he plays, and there's nothing more wrong with him. I think it was a double yellow card. It's a 1-game suspension, mate. No, you're right. Yeah, it is. Sorry, yeah, you're right. But is right, so is Gabriel back then, is he? I thought he got 3 match ban. Fuck, maybe that is what it is. Maybe you're right, mate. Yeah, because I think Bellerin only got a 1-game ban, didn't he? And then he was on the bench for the Everton game, wasn't he? I think you're right, actually. So maybe it wasn't a 3 match ban. He posted on his Instagram and he's fine and he can play. Cool. Sounds good to me then. let's hope he gets picked because we badly need him. Cool. I'm going to run through my starting X1, guys. Again, if you haven't already, leave your starting X1 in there and I'll read it out. So I'm going to go for Leno in goal. Again, picks himself. Let's be real. I mean, Martinez isn't at the club anymore, unfortunately, and Runarsson had a bit of a horror show, didn't he? I mean, that fucking hell. That second one was right at him and he just let it through his hands. It was like the sort of thing you expect at school, you know? Fucking hell, man. Do you know what? Right back, I normally would go for Ainsley Maitland-Niles, but I'm actually going to play him in centre midfield instead of Elneny. But I do want him to hold back down a position, so I'm actually going to go Cedric Soares right back and give him a go and get some crosses in from that right back position like he can do. Tierney, only man who picks himself at left back. We all know that. Centre backs, that's going to change actually. So if you're right and Gabriel can play. If you're right and Gabriel can play, we're going to play Gabriel. Saliba, he said he's not in the squad, so cannot play. So I wouldn't pick Mustafa or David Luiz. I leave it at the end of the season. So I'm going to go Pablo Mari. And like I've said for about the last 4 games, it's about time either Pablo Mari or Callum Chambers started playing. It's beyond ridiculous, you know. Either fucking play or get lost. Get out of the fucking club. Sell them to Fulham if they want Chambers. And Pablo Mari, send him to whoever will have him. If he's not going to play, he's always going to be injured. What's the fucking point? If you don't want to play those 2 players and you want to play 2 players who are leaving in the season and are getting on a bit, I mean, what's the point? So I'm going to go for Pablo Mari and Gabriel. And remember as well, Pablo Mari was Arteta's signing, so he should be good according to Arteta. You know, all these players he says aren't his signings and they don't fit his style of play. Well, you signed Pablo Mari, so he should be able to play in your system, right? So that's my back 4. In centre midfield, again, like I said earlier, I'm going to go for Ainsley Maitland-Niles. And I'm not going to go for Ceballos either. That guy can fuck off back to Real Madrid. He's dog shit. I'm going to put Emil Smith-Rowe in. I thought he played really well against Man City when he came on, and he looked lively again. And it gets to a point where it's like, well, the senior players aren't doing anything. You may as well throw them in and see how they get on because they can't do any worse. So I'm going to go for those 2 in centre midfield. Saka is on the left wing. No point playing him like more centrally like Arteta likes to do. Play him on the left wing, let him get loads of crosses in and take on the fullbacks. And now I'm thinking Aubameyang up front if he's not got his calf injury still, or he hasn't upset the manager anymore. If Martinelli is fit, I'm playing him. If he passes the fitness test and there's nothing wrong with him, I'll play Martinelli. And then do you go Pepe or do you go Balogun? Do you know what? I'm going to go Balogun. Fuck it. He needs a chance at some point. I'm going Balogun. I'll put Pepe on the bench. Fuck it. That's what I'm going for. So just recap my team. If you're new and you're late in the stream, Karen, people like that, leave your score prediction in your team and then I'll read it out. So my team, I'm going for Leno in goal, right back Cedric Soares, left back Tierney, Gabriel and Pablo Mari centre backs, Emil Smith-Rowe, Ainsley Maitland-Niles and Saka in the midfield, and then Balogun, Aubameyang and Martinelli up front. Let me know what you guys think. Again, please stick a like on the video if you haven't already. Let's see where we're up to. Be up yourself, mate. Hope you're well. No problems, mate. Let me know your score prediction and your lineups. How long is Bellerin out for? I don't think Bellerin's injured, as far as I know. I know, obviously, he got sent off, didn't he? Against. Did he get sent off? Yeah, he got sent off, didn't he? For 2 yellows, didn't he? Fucking, do you know what? I can't even remember anymore. Arsenal fucked my head. Yeah, no, he did, didn't he? He picked up a one-man suspension, didn't he? A one-match suspension, should I say. And he came back for the Everton game. He was on the bench. And then he wasn't even on the bench for last night's game against Man City, which makes me worried that he will start against Chelsea. Xhaka has now as well finished his 3-match suspension. So that clown can play. And no doubt he'll probably walk straight back in the fucking team because that's what Arteta does, isn't it? Let's be real. But yeah. But no, if Bellerin's out, let me know. That's fucking great news if he is. I wish more people join this stream. Yeah, me too, mate. It is quite late though, to be fair. I think most people do their streams earlier. And to be fair, I would do my stream earlier. It's only because I got my son till Boxing Day and he's 5, so I have to because the guy's just he's on non-stop, man. He's got no stop button. I'm fucking knackered doing these streams, I tell you. He's run me ragged all day, every day. It's just a good job everywhere's closed at the moment because he'd have me in like trampoline parks and everything. I'd be absolutely fucked. Do you accept the abuse he got, though? That was not nice. Who are you talking about? If Granit Xhaka or someone like that? No, mate. People saying that your wife should die and stuff like that, or your family, that's not on me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't like the guy. I don't want him at our football club. But no, I don't accept that abuse. Anyone who does that is a fucking cock. Honestly, saying shit like that is wrong. I don't care. I mean, I've got people in real life that I don't like, but I wouldn't say something like that. That's just not acceptable from a football fan or anybody. Why are we paying 70 million for Saliba if he's not ready? Well, this is it, mate. This is what I've said on previous streams, that I don't think that it is that reason. And I've just said at the start of this stream that Arteta keeps coming out with all these excuses, these politician answers, and it doesn't seem like he's telling us the real truth about stuff. I believe he's looked at the squad and he's trying to sacrifice players and think I can get so much money for him. So, for example, Saliba, he knows if he sells him, he can get about 30 million for him, right? And then he can reinvest that into somebody he wants for the team, like a War or whoever it is he's after. Again, Pepe, that's why I think he got scapegoated a bit when he got sent off against Leeds. I think he's potentially looking to move him on. He doesn't fit Arteta's style of play. And again, he could probably get about 35 million for him-ish, I'm guessing, right? So again, he can invest that into someone else he wants. And the other one was Guendouzi. I mean, if you notice, he got exiled so rapidly, didn't he, against that Brighton? It can't have just been that. Bearing in mind what Xhaka's done in that time, Xhaka's had chance after chance after chance, and he begged him to stay. So it just doesn't add up what Arteta's doing there, other than the fact that he's looking at players that he can sell on for a decent amount of money, because it's no good putting Kolasinac up for sale because no one fucking wants him. And if they did, they'd probably bid about $1,000 for him or something fucking stupid like that. So that's what I think he's doing with Saliba. I think he's trying to sell him basically and get the money and get whoever else he wants in. It's a tricky one for Saliba as well, because we don't actually know how good he is because we've not been able to see him play yet. But this is an interesting point, right? I saw a news article like about a month ago, and it was saying that he wanted Upamecano, or no, Konate, one of the Leipzig centre-backs. Would you accept, put it in the comments, guys, would you accept 30 million for Saliba if you knew that money was going to go on Konate or Upamecano? Let me know. It's tricky though. Like I say, we don't know how good Saliba is. We've heard he's good, but I don't know. I've heard also that Bayern Munich might even want to loan him as well. I don't know. Again, it's all paper talk. We don't know. We'll find out, I suppose, see where that happens. Like I said as well, Arteta is looking to loan him out. He said in his press conference that I just read out. I only like Luiz because of his through balls. Yeah, mate, that's about all he's good for, to be quite honest with you. That's about all he's good for. He's not a great defender. I mean, he's known to not be a great defender. He's getting old now. He makes lots of mistakes, not just defending, giving away penalties, getting sent off. I mean, the only other thing that I liked about David Luiz was his free kick. Where's his fucking free kick been since he's been at Arsenal, and Williams for that matter? They scored loads of free kicks between them for Chelsea. Where's their free kicks? I don't think they've scored one between them. The only time I've ever seen David Luiz play really well was when Rafa Benitez went as Chelsea manager for an interim role, and he played David Luiz defensive midfield, and he flourished there because, yeah, he could tackle and defend-ish, but he wasn't like a solid centre-back, player, and he flourished there. And that's one position. If I was going to use him, I'd probably use him there, to be honest with you, because he makes too many mistakes to be a centre-back. Smith Rowe will struggle against Chelsea midfield. He ain't physical. Well, thing is though, mate, everyone's saying we need more creativity. So where are we going to get it from? Ozil's not in the squad, so he can't play. Ceballos, spinning top. He's done absolutely fuck all. Let's be honest. What has he created in the last few games? Absolutely nothing. He's just spinning around like fucking, I don't know, a spinning top or whatever. So we need some creativity from somewhere. Obviously, the number 10 position is the only position you can create from, which is why I want Saka out wide and Tierney and Cedric Suarez right back. But yeah, we need some creativity from somewhere, someone to feed the strikers anyway. But we'll see. I'd rather have him over, give him a chance now over Ceballos again. Ceballos has had a few games and he's not done anything, so it's kind of worthless really putting him in again. The Chelsea midfield ain't that great. Who have Chelsea got midfield? They've got, we know Ziyech is injured. I read that at the start of the stream. Lampard's come out and said he will miss the Arsenal game. Kai Havertz, Kante, Jorginho, Kovacevic, if I pronounce that right. Pulisic out wide. Who else? That's kind of it. They've got all the young guys, haven't they? Like Hudson-Odoi, Mason Mount. Ross Barkley's gone out on loan. There's another guy as well. I can't remember. But yeah. They are physical. You two guys having a bit of a ding-dong there, are you? A bit of a disagreement. Yeah, there you go. Jorginho, Kovacevic. Again, like, you know, this Jorginho guy, doesn't it feel like sometimes Arteta's just trying to buy anybody who Man City was ever linked with? Pablo Mari was on Man City's books back in the day. And we get in, if you don't already know, Omar Rakik, I don't know if I've pronounced that right, this 18-year-old centre-back from Hertha Berlin, who again was on Manchester City's books before. We were also linked with a centre-back called Matvienko. Do you remember him? When Arteta first came in, I think he plays for, who's that Ukrainian club? Shakhtar Donetsk. Because they played against him once or something, and he played a good game. Jorginho was on his way to Man City, and they had a deal in place, and then Chelsea bought him, and that's why Man City won't do any deals with them anymore with Napoli. But yeah, it does feel that way, doesn't it? That he's just trying to like buy up all the young players. Well, if he's going to do that, let's hope he buys Jadon Sancho, because that's someone we could do with. I'd happily trade him for Pepe, happily. Don't think that's going to happen though, unfortunately. Could easily spin them and make runs. Who are you talking about there, Karen? Let me know. Where are we? Okay. They're both not great. What is that, Jorginho and Kovacevic? Would you take Jorginho? At the moment, mate, yeah, I would. Because even though ideally he's not what we want, he's better than El Neni. He's definitely better than Granit Xhaka. Fucking hell, yeah. In fact, yeah, definitely. I'd have him, and I'd fucking get rid of Granit Xhaka. Which actually brings me on to my next point. Actually, you know, obviously Eriksen's up for sale, isn't he? Christian Eriksen, £12 million, which I think is an absolute bargain. I can't believe there's people who don't want him for £12 million. 28 years old, Premier League proven, averaged 10 goals and 10 assists in his last two Premier League seasons, and he's only been gone a year. Apparently Arsenal are looking to bring him in. I think it's a no-brainer. He's literally sat on the bench at Inter. They've confirmed he wants to leave. They want him to leave. He's £12 million. He's 28 years old. If it went wrong, we could get £12 million back for him. That's got to be a no-brainer deal, surely. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Actually, I even saw something that we would swap Granit Xhaka for Christian Eriksen. How fucking sweet would that be if we could swap them two? Fucking hell. Honestly, that would be Christmas. That would make my fucking Christmas, that would. I don't think it's going to happen, though, unfortunately. He got 4 yellows in consecutive games, better in. I think you need 5 for a ban, though, don't you? 5 yellows equals a 1-match ban. 3-1 Chelsea, yeah, can't disagree, mate. It's hard to see us beating anyone at the moment. I mean, whatever happens in this game, it's going to be interesting to see what happens against Brighton. I think Brighton will beat us. I've said it in previous streams. They've got players that will walk into our team. Lamptey, the ex-Chelsea right back. Lewis Dunk, Veltman, who came from Ajax. Is it Buscema? I probably completely fucking pronounced his name wrong. Is it Mali international who plays centre midfield? Someone we could do with instead of Granit Xhaka. he looks like a really good player. And I think Liverpool, Manchester United are now looking at him as well. Another player we've been linked with, but let's be real, we get linked with fucking everyone. When do you think Arteta will get sacked? I'm thinking December. Mate, do you know what, right? The longer this goes on, the longer I don't think he's getting sacked. It looks like he's got a job for life, like Solskjaer has. He can do what the fuck he wants, and no one's going to sack him unless he decides, I've had enough and I want to resign. Honestly, I mean, like we've said before, he had 3 games apparently to save his job. Burnley, Southampton, Everton. He got 1 point from those 3. Loss, draw, loss. He's now lost in the cup, and now we're playing Chelsea, which surely we're going to lose again at. It just doesn't seem like he's going to get sacked. It really doesn't. I think now I fully expect him to like make it all the way through January, do some wheeling dealing with some players, yeah, he doesn't look like he's getting sacked and he doesn't want to resign. I mean, like even like the people who ask him in press conferences are basically saying to him, "Are you going to resign or get sacked?" Like they're that blatant about it, and yeah, nothing seems to happen. I don't know. I heard Bellerin was suspended, but I didn't know why. Was that for last night's game? I don't know. If he's suspended, that's all good for me because he's fucking dog shit. Him and Xhaka are the biggest 2. I wouldn't say the 2 biggest 2 problems because let's be real. Even if you still somehow rate Ozil and whatever, him being out of the team or being still being an Arsenal player is a problem. If, in my opinion, if they're not going to play him and they can't get any money for him or loan him out for the last six months of the season, I would give him all the money of his contract, up front, and I'll just rip up his contract so he's not there. It's done then. You know, the fact that he's just sat there is just causing a fucking problem, if nothing else. And I think I saw the Robbie Lyle, the guy from AFTV, on I think Sky Sports the other day, and he was saying, "Oh, it's crazy that we've got him sat there, we're not using him." And it's like, but hasn't it been done before under Emery? The fans were going, "Oh, at least use him, at least have him on the bench." We did that, and it solved nothing. It solved absolutely nothing. The guy, do you remember the guy walking off the Europa League final? Did fuck all, and then you heard him go, "No fucking bullshit, coach," as he walked off, trudged off. I don't really get it. Why people still think Ozil is going to change our fortunes? He's not. He's not the player he once was at Real Madrid. He's not, and for Germany. If that was me, I would fucking get rid of him. But one thing about that as well, actually, before I do that next comment, is something that worries me about the January transfer window is like we all know they only do the bare minimum, and one player isn't going to be enough. Something that I'm worried about is they're going to turn around and go, "Oh well, we couldn't get all these players out, so we couldn't get anybody in," and that it just seems like they've always got a lined up excuse as to not do stuff. I don't get it. Just fucking get rid of people. Like all them guys, if you can't get any money from them, you can't get rid of them. Seriously, just rip up give them the money and rip up their contracts. Just get it done then. Because it's not helping. It really isn't. You guys need to realize that Saliba mum died and going through a tough time. He needs to go back to his hometown and get his mental health good. Yeah, that is something that happened actually. Fucking yeah, RIP to Saliba's mum. It must be tough for him. I think the lad's 19, isn't it? So I can't imagine that's easy for him. But from what I hear about Saliba though, is that he wants to play. I think he's put a few things out on social media. Probably shouldn't have done, saying that he's basically in prison. He's basically in jail. In regards to they won't play him and he can't go out on loan and stuff like that. Again, guys, tell me if I'm wrong. I'm not 100% sure on exactly what's gone on. I know obviously his mum passed away, which isn't good. But I remember there was a thing on Guendouzi's Twitter feed, wasn't there, or Instagram, where he said something about Arteta basically mugged him off. And then Pepe put a comment on there saying, you always you speak too much, something like that, like trying to diffuse it a bit. And then Saliba come in and said something similar. So like that Guendouzi did. So it sounds like, again, Saliba and Guendouzi are not exactly best friends with Mikel Arteta. Now, obviously, Guendouzi I can understand, but there you go. So I don't think it's just about his mum dying, mate. I think there is actually something there where he's upset with Arteta and there's something going on. And I think the loan thing of that he's come out and said, if you at the start of my stream, Arteta was asked what's happening with Saliba in January. He said we're looking to loan him out in January, which suggests that he will be playing for somebody. So why not make that us? So anyway, we'll see what happens with that one. I'm not being a knob, but it was a while ago that she died, so don't put it on that. No, that's the thing that I was just saying there, mate. That I don't think it's just that. I think the fact that he does want to play football, or all the points I just mentioned there. So I don't think it's just that, mate. I think it's more that. Okay. So I just read through some comments. So had a bit of a ding dong in the fucking chat. Hold on. No, I think in terms of that, guys, I think like Karen's saying there, he wasn't being a knob about it. He was just saying, and like I do believe it's more than just that, because Saliba clearly wants to play. So yeah, there you go. Dizzy, big up yourself, mate. Hope you're well. Saliba said he wants to play, so it is something to do with that. Frustrated about the situation, he wants to play. Yeah. Yeah, so in regards to Saliba, like I say, it does sound like he wants to play, and it's not just about his mum. And I don't know, man. I mean, for me personally, if that happened to me, I'd probably want to play as well. I'd probably want to get my mind off it, if nothing else. I mean, I don't know. I suppose everyone handles grief a different way, don't they? I don't know, but it does seem that it's more than that. He does want to play. I just don't understand what this. Like I've said before, like Arteta almost seems to be dodging questions and not giving us like the actual truth. That's how it comes across to me on various things. Like, just tell us what the fucking reason is. Don't be a politician. Don't sort of skip around the answer or the question. Tell us what the reason is why he's not playing. And if that is his mum or he's not ready, then tell us. But I don't believe it is. It makes no sense. Do you know that Eriksen is a baller and will slide into this team, not in Arteta's system? No. I don't know, mate. I mean, like I said earlier, I think it's a no-brainer to get Eriksen. He sat there. He wants to leave. Inter want him to leave. He's there for £12 million, which is a fucking bargain. He's 28. He's Premier League proven. Averaged 10 goals, 10 assists in the last 2 years in the Premier League. He only left a year ago. I think it's a no-brainer. If it didn't work out, we'd get 12 million back for him. Definitely. I mean, who else is there that's sat there wanting a January transfer move in a position that we need like that? It just makes sense. But one thing I say is, if we did somehow get him, I wouldn't just stop there. We need another player. So if Isco is available for 20 million as well, 32 million for Eriksen and Isco, both 28. What's that? 32, 15. That's 16 million pounds each. That's a fucking bargain. Just get on it. We all know Arsenal won't know, will we? We'll get one if we're lucky. And even then, it'll probably be to like January the 30th. Arteta needs to be fired. We're in a relegation battle. Yeah, absolutely agree, mate. Anybody who thinks that we won't get relegated just because we're Arsenal, I think is deluded. Just because we're Arsenal doesn't mean fuck all. We can still get relegated. Yeah, and to be honest with you, I think I can't believe there's a team in the league that's got worse form than us. I think Sheffield United maybe, because they've only had 2 points all season. But I mean, look at our results: loss, draw, loss, draw, loss. They're all losses. Like, it doesn't really get much worse than that. There's not a team in the Premier League that I can see us win. How are we not in a relegation battle? This is it, mate. I said it on my stream last night that if we played Sheffield United now, I think they'd beat us, because they're the sort of team we'd lose against as well. They've got battlers in their team, and I think they've been a little bit unlucky. I think they've been better than what 2 points suggests, but they're the sort of team that will turn us over. One thing that is worrying about Arsenal is we don't have the battling type of players to get us out of this problem. And for me, that's really worrying. Would you play Xhaka or Neni? Do you mean for the Chelsea game, mate? I definitely wouldn't play Xhaka. I wouldn't even have him on the bench, mate. He's fucking crap. I would not have that guy in an Arsenal shirt if I was Arsenal manager ever again. or Bellerin. Again, there was news yesterday about Bellerin. Apparently, Barcelona wanted for £22 million plus add-ons. Fucking please. If there is a God out there, please fucking do it. And if there is a God out there, let us swap Xhaka for fucking Eriksen this January. Please, I'm begging you. When all the players' contract expires, we make £1 million a week more. That is massive. Exactly, mate. And that's what I'm saying about the Ozil situation. Yeah, if we gave him all the money up front in January and just ripped up his contract, okay, the money's kind of gone. But 350 grand a week is a massive amount of wages. And that's why they've tried to exile him. They're trying to say, look, we need your wages off the fucking bill, which is why we're trying to get you out. And they've tried to push him out, and he's gone, no, I want to stay in London, which is fair enough. He's not going to get a contract like that anywhere else apart from America or China or Qatar or somewhere. But him and his wife are obviously settled, or his wife is settled in London. And I believe that's the thing. I mean, people are saying it's loyalty to Arsenal. I'm not convinced it is. I think it's more about the fact that him and his wife, I think he's married to Miss Turkey, is settled in London, and she doesn't want to move. So I think that's what it is. And then this club is just pathetic. We are done. Half the fan base are a bunch of snowflakes and a bunch of cunts. This is the problem. The thing, right? So half the fans are. They need to get real, man. We are in a relegation battle, and they do need to fucking man up a bit and make their opinions heard more. Because every time a January transfer window shuts and we haven't got the players that we need, we've let the boards and the owners off the hook again. You know, how many times have we been mugged off? You know, we've got to pay for a stadium. How many years do we get mugged off for that? You know, the infamous we've kept our powder dry one January and we got no one. The other ones are nobody's available. Fucking give it a rest, man. You know, but if the supporters just take it and go, oh well, you know, like that, they're going to keep fucking doing it. It's, you know, all the fans need to get together and fucking have this fucking owner and board up against a fucking brick wall and say, you fucking sort our club out. You know, it's the only way something will happen. With a proper board, proper manager, and a few more players, we'll be challenging 100%. Well, this is it, mate. We should have got Ancelotti or Mourinho. We've still got Pochettino and Allegri sat there doing nothing. I don't understand why we're not going for these guys. You know, there's no fee because they're not attached to any club. Even if there was, you still can get Benitez back from China. I think he'd love to come back to Premier League. He said many times he wants to stay in the Premier League. Who else is there? Brendan Rodgers, I'd have him. Would he come to Arsenal? I think he would. I think he would because it's a bigger club and it's a bigger challenge. I think he would come. But again, guys, let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think he'll come? Nagelsmann, I'm not sure of. The Leipzig manager. Yeah, he's done well. He's a young guy, but that's it. You know what I mean? That's it. All he's done so far. Again, the Ajax coach, Den Haag. Again, I wouldn't take him either because it's a dead league. You know, there's only ever Ajax PSV in finals, and even then, I mean, it's not exactly, you know, a close battle, is it? Let's be real. No, I wouldn't take him either. Who's the other guy? Simeone, I would take in a heartbeat. Conte, I'd take him from Inter Milan, the ex-Chelsea manager. I'd take him. And let me know who you guys would take. Just rattling off managers' names there, but let me know if there's someone else. People have said before about the Southampton manager. I wouldn't take him because he's had a good start of the season. That's all he's had. I mean, it wasn't long ago he was getting hammered 9-0 by Leicester City. I'd have sacked him for that if I was aboard. But you know, it's like people say Eddie Howe. Well, how has he done anything better than what Eddie Howe's done? You know, it's just a good start. The Wolves manager, Espirito Santo. I would take him. He's another one. How come I can't send super chats? I don't know, mate. I don't know anything about super chats, to be quite honest with you. Tapas Pulis. Yeah, I think that's going around on Lee Gunner's channel, isn't it? It's a bit disrespectful, we'll be fair, but you know, I kind of understand it to a certain extent. It's yeah, this guy's way out of his depth. Let's be real. Ericsson is too old. We need younger players, Ross. Ericsson's 28, mate. So as a footballer, 27 and 28 is your prime 2 years as a footballer. He's 28. I think he's 29 about March time, so he's not far off 29, but still, it's not like he's over the hill. And okay, on that point, right, if you want to get someone younger in, who are you going to get in January? Because I don't think Aouar will come in January. I don't. Szoboszlai as well, I think, has gone to Leipzig now, I believe, unless I'm wrong. Stands from the fans in the gutter. Yeah, again, I mentioned it yesterday where people are just kind of saying fourth spot's all we should be looking for. Fuck that. That's how far our stands have dropped, that fourth place is all we aim for now. Slipping into that fourth place, not even third or second. It's like we're Arsenal Football Club. We should be challenging for the league fucking title. Not just trying to get into the fourth spot. What the fuck is that? It's embarrassing, man. If you demand better, you get better. Exactly. You know, we don't compete, and that's what saddens me about Arsenal. Even when, you know, players in the years gone by have come up for potentially a move to the Premier League, and then you see them linked with Chelsea, Man United. We don't even go for them. You know, like Man United links with Haaland, you know, the Dortmund striker and that. It's like, these are players we should be going for. Why are we just letting them have him? I don't get it. Why can't we just go, do you know what, we want him, there's 80 million for him? Because we've got the money in the bank. I don't get it. Why are we letting them just have him? I don't know. I want Aouar, young for the future. Ericsson Isco will come to retire. Ericsson Isco are 28. Aouar is 22, I believe. I get that. He's younger. But will he come in January? Because I don't think he will. I don't know. Just by Premier League proving, like Jurgen Klopp brought Mana, Van Dijk, with now John Robson. Yeah, it's a good point, mate. Like we said in other streams, that there's a lot of good players in the Premier League that are just overlooked. And we said that Arsenal fans can be snobs sometimes. Again, I keep picking out Brighton, but is it Buscema they've got in defensive midfield there? We take him. Lewis Dunk is a good defender, good centre back, definitely better than David Luiz and Mustafi and all them guys. Tariq Lamptey, the ex-Chelsea right back, I'd definitely have him at the club. Who else? Veltman, I'd probably take him as well. I think he got him from Ajax. Decore is one I always pick out. Why we let him walk to Everton for 25 million in the summer is beyond me. They could have put him next to Partey to protect our centre-backs and our defence. Don't get it. Stop buying over-expensive players from different leagues that might flop just by Premier League proven. That's true, mate. Yeah, absolutely. But then there's a price tag that comes with some of the players. I mean, look at Zaha. They wanted £80 million for him. And I made this point, I think, in a different stream, that, you know, I felt that if Emery wanted certain players within reason, he should have got them. Because apparently they signed Pepe instead of getting Zaha. Emery wanted Zaha. But would you have paid realistically £80 million for Wilfried Zaha? Come on. He's not worth anywhere near that. Because I think didn't we offer something like 70 or 60 odd or something like that? And they just went, no, we want 80 or nothing. So there is that as well. But ultimately, though, Arsenal just need to get it done. They need 3 players minimum, which I don't think it's going to happen. Let's be real. I don't understand why some people will still defend Ozil and want him back. His stats last season were just dreadful and he wouldn't help. Well, this is my point, mate. Ozil's been done. We've brought him back into the team and it doesn't work. It doesn't. And then when it doesn't work, where do you go from there? And then people try and defend him and go and say things and stuff like, oh, you know, yeah, but he's got shit players around him and stuff like that. The guy offers nothing defensively and we're getting cut open every game. And then you want to put Ozil in, you know? So I don't buy it, mate. He's done. It's done, mate. People need to start fucking, you know, fucking wanking off Ozil. He's not the player he was at Real Madrid or Germany back in the day. He's really not. I want Buscema from Brighton. Do you have any news on him coming, Ross? No, mate. Let's be real. We're Arsenal. I've heard Liverpool been looking at him quite a lot recently, and even Manchester United. But that one's a bit weird for me. I mean, Man United have got Pogba, Matic, Van der Beek, and everyone's saying they don't need Van der Beek. They've even got Scott McTominay, and now they're looking at him allegedly. Liverpool, Is it Wijnaldum might be on his way to Barcelona? But yeah, I'd have him in a heartbeat, mate. He's definitely a lot better than Granit Xhaka or El Neni. And as I said before as well, people who think El Neni's decent than that, he's not. He has one good game like against Man United once in a while, and then he goes back to his normal self for 4 or 5 games. That's not good enough. You don't need that. You need someone who's consistently good, each game in, game out. I hope the board back the manager in one window. Mate, we need some to back him in every window. All this, Carragher only needs 3 or 4 more windows. No fucking manager at the top level has got that. You need to make an instant impact or you're out. It's what Chelsea do. It's what all the elite clubs do. It's not good enough. And we need to back him in every window, not just go, oh, this isn't our window, or there was no one available, like Wenger always says, or fucking something else. Just stop the fucking excuses and just get the fucking players in. And not just the bare minimum, get them all in. Just stop this absolute bollocks every fucking transfer window. And like we said there before, the fans are just part of the problem. Stop letting Arsenal off the hook every transfer window. Get on the fucking case and make the signings, and all of them. Not just 2 or 3 of them. Not like the fucking hour before deadline day, because you've wasted an entire month in that whole window. Fucking, oh God, man. I dread this window because everyone's going to expect in these transfers like first or second day of the month. It's not going to happen. Bissema's a good example, proven in Premier League and young. Yep, agree with that. Again, I'd take that right back definitely as well. Bissema and James Ward-Prowse, yeah, definitely another good shout, mate. Ward-Prowse, definitely, I'll take him. Probably wouldn't be that expensive as well either. He looks like a player actually. He's about 25 now, Ward-Prowse. He looks like a player who's just starting to mature, like some of them mature a bit later on. But yeah, he looks like a good player at the moment. Would you be happy with Sarri coming? Not really, mate. Again, like I've said in previous streams, I want an elite manager. I want someone who's got a good track record of winning at the top, like Ancelotti, Mourinho, Allegri, all them sort of guys. I know Pochettino didn't actually win anything as such, but I mean, come on, he would do well for us. I don't want someone who's not really done all that. Yeah, he won the Europa League Cup against us, but let's be real, who couldn't? I think they won the cup as well, didn't they? But even at Napoli, I don't think he actually won anything. And then, was he Juventus manager? Didn't he get sacked? Yeah, he's been sacked, hasn't he? I think Pirlo's the manager there now. He got sacked after a season. So, no, mate, I probably wouldn't, mate, to be honest with you. This is the thing. There's no point sacking someone just to get someone in who's just as bad. It's pointless. It's just a never-ending revolving cycle. It's like getting rid of Mustafi and getting another dog shit cheap centre back in. What's the point? You're just repeating the process. You're just getting somebody different in. It's just a different person. Bissema, yeah, absolutely. That will be too defensive to Corin Party. Well, you say that, mate, but we're letting goals in left, right, and centre at the moment. We can't keep them out by that. And also, even if you didn't play them together, okay, fine. Well, Party's injured. Decore could play, but instead we're waiting on Granit Xhaka and fucking El Neni. So Decore could be playing right now if that's the case. It's a squad game after all, right? Fabinho and Henderson on defensive, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's up to everyone. Everyone's got different opinions and stuff like that, but I don't think we can be beggars. We can be choosers at the moment when the results we're having. We're losing every single game. We need to do something to be more solid, because we're letting in goals every game and we're losing every game. Henderson goes forward. We need workaholics in midfield, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Pie goes forward as well, yeah, absolutely. I would keep Ceballos. I think he's good. He's around good players. He can be good. I don't know, mate. I mean, this is the thing, right? So this is the problem I've got with Pepe at the moment. There's only so long you can give players to sort of show that they're good enough. And Ceballos has had a year and a half now. The second half of last season, after it sort of got back after COVID, or the initial 3 months, he started to play well and was instrumental to us winning the FA Cup, or I thought. And I actually thought, okay, so maybe now he's had a run of games, he's starting to show what he's real worth. I'm sorry, but I just don't see it. I think he's bang average. I'm sorry. I think I think he'll end up at Real Betis next season. And if I was the coach of Arsenal, I would terminate his loan if I could in January to get somebody else in, because I don't think that. I mean, he's not that solid defensively. He hasn't really created anything, and it's all right saying he could have good players around him, but he's not doing that at the moment. He's not going to get like another 5 players around him, so he's got to work with what he's got. I don't think he's consistently showed us enough to warrant signing him again. Buscema back, Partey and right. Oh, right. Okay. So you're saying that if we had Buscema and Partey, who would you have going forward? Don't know. Like I say, I think Emil Smith-Rowe deserves a chance after what he showed against Man City. I thought he was quite lively. Personally, myself, I hate all this new type of football stuff: tiki-taka, inverted wingers, all high press. Not only is it some of it crap to watch, but some of it's just trying to reinvent football. Even what you think about, you've got like a lot of teams play back 4. They play then 2 midfielders further back. Then they have like a 3 and then a striker up front. Well, that's just really a 4-4-2 if you think about it. You look at the Arsenal Invincible team, for example. You had your back 4. Then you could say, okay, well, Vieira and Gilberto are the 2 midfielders protecting the back 4. Yeah. Then you've got Pires and Ljungberg on the wings. Then you've got Dennis Bergkamp as a number 10 to try and Thierry Henry. Well, how's it any real difference? It's the same formation. You've just put it slightly different on paper. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. That's what I think anyway. I would have personally have Rafa as manager. Me too. I'd have Rafa. He's got a track record. He's won stuff at Liverpool. He's won stuff at Chelsea, even when he was absolutely detested when he turned up at Stamford Bridge. Don't know if you guys remember. People say he didn't have a good couple of years at Newcastle. Well, I disagree. He got them promoted from what I remember. And he also kept them in the league. And I believe he let his contract run out because the manager wouldn't give him assurances that he's going to give him money to build the team. So he was like, well, there's no point in me being here then. I might as well leave. And he did. So I don't think he didn't do a good job there. He did everything he could with what he had or what he could do. Literally, when Partey plays, he is our only creative spark, and he's not even an attacking midfielder. I think Partey is instrumental to our team, and we said this at the start of the season. It's all right saying, yeah, we've got Gabriel and Partey, who are 2 good signings, by the way, and I will give Arteta that and the board that. But you're only 1 injury away from them being out, and that's what's proven the case. He's been out injured, and Gabriel's now been suspended. So what do we do? Which hence why I would buy players like Doucouré. It's not just about the first starting 11. And like you going back there, actually, that's a good point that you said that it's too defensive. Well, what about Vieira and Petit, Vieira and Gilberto, stuff like that? When we had a proper team, well, would you say that was too defensive? Because we won shitloads of stuff with them 2 players in the team. Plays center attacking midfield for Ghana and has 12 goals. Wow, didn't know that. Just shows he can play everywhere in the midfield, but he's a centre midfielder. Yeah. I would have him in a centre. I think some people argue whether he's a defensive midfielder or if he's a box-to-box or people call it a pivot. Like I say, all this new stuff, it's just bollocks, man. Just stop trying to reinvent football. It's a centre midfielder. But yeah, he has looked a really good player when he has played. Just hope we get some news on him soon because I don't understand why they're not saying when he's going to be back. From playing in centre midfield for Atletico Madrid for 10 years. I don't think he played there for 10 years, did he? I think he came from like a lower club in the Spanish league, I believe. Ceballos centre attack midfield. See when he plays for Madrid and Spain, up in the top scorer. Mate, I just don't see it in Ceballos. I just don't rate him. Like I say, for me, you've got to do it consistently, and I just don't see enough of it. Playing the odd good game here and there is not enough. Just like I said about Elneny earlier, he had a great game against Man United at Old Trafford, but where's he been since? I just don't get it. Don't buy it. What do you think about Torreira loan being terminated, mate? If that's the case, we need him. We need him. like I said, Partey's out injured. We need someone to tackle to be more solid, so our defence doesn't get ripped apart every game. So I'm not sure Touré is the answer, but if we've got him, we may as well use him, right? Yeah, so hopefully if that does happen, that could end up being a good thing. I don't think he's ever really settled in England, but hopefully then he can stay to the end of the season, then maybe flog him back to Italy somewhere where I think he'll be more happier. Tam, pick up yourself, mate. I hope you're well. I reckon get rid of Laka and get Alexis Sanchez back if it's mad and he's rusty, but fuck it. I can't see Alexis Sanchez come back to Arsenal somehow, even though he did actually. Do you know what? Actually, he did say that, didn't he? He said his first day at training at Man United, he's like, "Oh fuck, I made a bad mistake. I want to come back to Arsenal." But I don't know. Is he just saying that? I don't know. But yeah, I agree with that point of Lacazette, mate. If we can get rid of him in January for 15 million, I would fucking snap the hand off. The guy can't score in a brothel at the moment. And we now know why he doesn't get picked for France, which is something I always wondered about. Giroud's twice the player he is, mate. Fucking twice the player. For anybody who doesn't know, Lacazette has got 18 months left on his contract come January. So if we don't get rid of him in January, he will be in his last year of his contract in the summer, and that's where things get fucking tricky for Arsenal. Do you want him to hang on for another fucking season, knowing that he's not good enough, and B, he's going to walk away for free? I agree with you on that one, Tam, mate. I would look to sell him in January if I could, and promote Balogun. Partey, Guendouzi a while. Yeah, I'd have Guendouzi back. This is what worries me about Arteta. If we carry on the same way, he's going to get rid of Ainsley Maitland-Niles because he's not getting a game. And like I said, he was going to go to Wolves for 17 million, I think, before he got called up for England. He's going to get rid of Saliba. He's going to get rid of Guendouzi. I was worried about Martinelli, but it actually sounds like after last night's game that he actually does rate Martinelli. I worry about Saka because Saka is best out wide, and he doesn't want to play that formation. He wants to play like more centrally, like Guardiola. Who's the other guys? A couple other guys. Balogun walking away for a free because out of contracts, he's not getting a game. But yeah, I'd take that, mate. Partey, Guendouzi in a while. I'd love Guendouzi to come back. And like we said yesterday, we've let Guendouzi and Torreira go to play Xhaka and Elneny. Another weird Arteta decision. It makes no sense. If we have world-class players on the bench, people will be saying after every bad result, why did he not start that? Thing is, mate, like I said before, he's making some really, really strange decisions. And when it doesn't come off you, you look really bad and like you don't know what you're doing. I said before, if you remember Arsene Wenger when he first came, he'd make some really fucking weird decisions, but would then win the game. And when you do that, you look like an evil genius, like you know something that nobody else knows. It's like some fucking witchcraft or something. But he's making weird decisions at the moment, and lots of them, and we're getting hammered every game to the point where we're going to get relegated. So I don't know. When will they sack Spanish Sam Allardyce? I don't know, mate. Soon, hopefully, because let's be real, it's not going to get better. I said it last night. Once the confidence in the players goes, which you can see in their body language, it's done. You don't get it back. And again, it's another worrying thing about January. Everyone's like, oh yeah, let him get players in January. Put it in the chat. Do you really believe we're going to get 3 players in January? Do you? Because I don't think we are. I think we'll get 1 creative midfielder, and that's it. We may get some wheeler dealing fucking loan guy, fucking, cheap shit, whatever, at best. But I think that's about it. And they'll try and get rid of, obviously, whoever they can get rid of. Mate, I'd fucking take Sam Allardyce at the moment. I know he's obviously now West Brom manager, but he took our fucking defence. He'd probably flog fucking Xhaka and fucking Bellerin for a start off. And half the centre-backs. Going back to that as well, actually, like at the start of my stream, I said that I don't think he's going to get sacked now, actually. I genuinely believe he's got a job until whenever. And again, it's another worrying thing. Like, you let the January transfer window go through, he gets a couple of players in, and it still doesn't improve things. Now what are you going to do? You've now wasted another month, the window shut, and now you're looking to get somebody in. And we're now close to May. Another month close to May. It's worrying, man. It's worrying. We're not too good to go down either. If you think that, you're deluded. Laka, we could have got 35 mils in summer, but also rejected. This is the thing, you know, the club have made lots of really, really strange decisions. I mean, going back to Alexis Sanchez, Manchester City offered us £60 million for him. The guy wanted to leave. He said he wanted to leave. Now, I loved Alexis Sanchez at Arsenal. I thought he was fucking world class. He was an absolute baller, right? But putting that aside, he said he wanted to leave. He was going to go, whatever, right? Man City offered us £60 million. We said no. 6 months later in January, we swapped him for Mkhitaryan. Let that sink in for a while. We swapped him for Mkhitaryan when we could have got £60 million off Man City for him. And these are the decisions that we've made time and time again at Arsenal. And it's all come together to where we are now, 17th, almost in the league table. And if we're not lucky, we will get relegated. We'll get shit all in January, let's be honest, we will. Well, this is it, mate. When was the last time you actually went through a transfer window and was like, do you know what, actually, yeah, we did really good there. Yeah, we got Gabriel and Partey, but that wasn't enough. Where was Aouar? You know, and where was other players? You know, saying that like, oh, you know, signing Saka up a new contract and Aubameyang's like a new signing. You should be making those. They're just that's just routine stuff. You should be doing that anyway. If you're an elite club and you can't keep hold of your 19-year-old player who's broken into the team and your fucking star striker, well, you've got fucking issues, which we clearly have. I don't expect us to really be excited after the window, put it that way. Is it possible after the championship, to be honest? Answer it, I'm serious. Yeah, I do, mate. I do. Unless something massively changes, we will be relegated. Because if we carry on the same form that we are doing now, we will be relegated. It's as simple as that. We've already lost to Burnley, who are in the relegation zone below us, so it will happen. What do you think of Sam Allardyce saying Arsenal will go down because he will keep West Brom up? I haven't heard him say that, mate, but Sam Allardyce is the specialist in keeping teams up, isn't he? And we've got to play them on January 2nd, and I said it in previous streams, they'll probably beat us, mate, because he knows how to beat Arsenal. You know, I said it before the Burnley game. It's the sort of team that we lose against. People who are strong in attack or good in the air, set pieces, you know, rough us up a bit. Same happened with Stoke when Tony Pulis was the manager. Same happened with Sam Allardyce when he was Bolton manager. I use them examples, and I fully expect him to do it us again. Kim, big up yourself, mate. Hope you're well. Messi would be lit Arsenal, mate. Fucking, he'd be lit anywhere. Let's be real. I don't think that's going to happen, though. Let's be honest. I don't think he'd be fucking that crazy to fucking come to Arsenal. Messi Arsenal, you fucking mad? Yeah, it's not going to happen. So yeah, guys, again, if you're new to my an 11:30 stream every night until Boxing Day, probably past that, as I've got my son till then. Hope you guys are all having a wicked Christmas so far and stuff like that. Sharing the content around, it really helps me build my channel. Again, big up to another couple of new subscribers. Hopefully I can hit the 1K soon. If we go to championship, we'll sell every player and we won't come up for years. Well, this is something we said yesterday, actually. So apparently Arsenal are already making things happen for potential relegation where the players have to take a 25% fucking wage cut. Well, here's an idea. How about you just take that money and spend it on some fucking players and a proper manager and get us up the table rather than fucking brace ourselves for relegation? Makes no sense. Me, guys, I think Chelsea will hammer us on Boxing Day 5-0, and I can't see it getting any better, to be real. Big up yourself, guys. Thanks for tuning in again, and I'll be back tomorrow night at 11:30. Hope you're all having a great Christmas, and yeah, I'll see you guys then.